Welcome to the Mario era, chapter 95.
95 de Mario. It's Mario. I'm a sick. I can't get there.
He's sick. You sick? Oh,
Sick.
I gave it to you. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's going around.
Oh my
it's
God.
going around.
Well, we've been dealing with it for 6 weeks in this house.
Right. Yeah, we had it as well. For those of you on video, you can see that right from the jump, we got a special guest that's joining in. Those on the pod, I present to you. It's a big week. Not only is it FSU week, but that gambling app went live in Florida, and we got Beatin The Bookie on with us.
What is
Good
going
evening,
on?
man.
What's up?
Not much. You know, I really I forgot that I had this shirt on, actually, this color, so don't hold it against me. But
he's just gonna get a gold watch now too, just to
For those on the pod, what color is that?
It's
Looks
garnet.
garnet to me.
Yeah, it's pretty garnet to me. Yeah.
I thought it was maroon.
A maroon, sure. We'll go with maroon. Let's go with maroon. Maroon is good.
Yeah,
maroon is
That's
good.
definitely definitely different.
Mississippi State.
There you
go.
go. There you go.
There you go. In honor of the
Go
Pirates.
Bulldogs.
There you go.
Manny Diaz is
There you
former
go.
school.
Former.
So BTB, man, say after just so much bullshitting court crap out of nowhere, this app goes live. What, like yesterday, the day before?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
It was like Christmas morning. I mean, really, I didn't expect it. I mean, it's one of those things where I just stopped expecting it. Like, there was so many hoops and, hurdles, and I just gave up on it, right? And I was just like, I'm not going to worry about it anymore. So I just didn't expect anything. And then, I go hit the golf course, and my friend texts me, hey, Hard Rock's live. And I deposited right then, and I'm already up like 10,000 in 24 hours. So it's a beautiful thing, So now, like I had low expectations, right? Like I'm a, Hurricanes fan, right? We're used to just getting kicked in the balls. So now finally got some good news. So we can finally, at least if the Canes lose, we can make some money, right? So.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, look, we're here to make money. We'd love to see us win, but making money is making money.
It is.
Yeah, I will say this:
I
I give Hard Rock credit. The app is super easy to navigate and get through. It's very, very easy to get all that stuff taken care of.
I mean, it's easily the best app that I've ever dealt with.
Yeah, and you can watch games too, like
all the live stuff.
Yeah,
you can live stream whatever game you want to watch. Like it's loud and it loads right away. It's so fast. It's they definitely put a lot of money into it. And the difference between Hard Rock's app and like DraftKings and FanDuel is FanDuel and DraftKings pay a company to do the odds and stuff, right? And Hard Rock does all their own, so they get the fastest updates and stuff. So the Hard Rock app is, I'm very surprised with it. I think it's very good. And then, we have it. We're lucky down here to have it. And hopefully this is just the start of something. I can't wait till they open the sports book because there's nothing better than that. Right. So that'll be fun. But this is a good start.
All right.
So let's talk a little bit. Should we get on down to Green Tree?
Yeah, sure.
Let's go to Green Tree.
Fight 72. Fight 800.
He hates that thing. He hates that
I don't know.
sounder.
It's growing on me.
I know, me too. Whatever. You hear it for 10 seconds every show. Who gives a shit? Just please. All right.
Garbage.
So it is. It's hate week,
Utter
boys and
garbage.
girls.
Find something else. Can we find something else?
All right. Yeah. Sure. All right. When we have
Thanks.
time, we'll put that on the list.
Don't hold your breath.
We'll put it on the list. So it's hate week, man. You got FSU, and man, I was thinking today how far removed we are from that 52-10 victory when we were all hanging out at the stadium just a mere 2 seasons ago.
It's 2 years ago.
2 years ago, that's it. And we're like, oh my God, this is the start of we're going to dominate them for the better part of a decade. And wow, have things just turned.
Especially at the quarterback position too, because I just remember just all the vitriol would receive from Florida State fans. Jordan Travis, they're like, oh, he's not declaring for the draft. He's going to come back. I'm like, what? Declare for the draft as a running back? This guy's terrible. He was legitimately the best quarterback Miami received since Chris Ricks. Like, he was terrible. That night, 52-10, he was abysmal. And now you go ahead and you flip it 2 seasons later. We felt like we had the quarterback situation locked down. I felt like they had a running back playing the quarterback position. And, man, that is going to be the tail of the tape when we go play them up in Tallahassee. Crazy.
No bueno. No bueno. I mean, I had something to say. I forgot. What were we talking about?
Exactly. Jordan Travis in the quarterback position. Speaking of which,
2 years ago.
2 years ago. No, I know what I was going to say. So it's not even like so far removed from then, right? You feel like you're removed from that, obviously. And we thought we had all the momentum going forward, but it's more that the game has changed so much since this rivalry was so good, right? You can't, the hits, right? The stuff coming across the middle, the Barrow hit and the Tamarick Vanover getting knocked out. And like all of that stuff isn't even allowed today. So it's like you look back at that and you're like, yeah. I mean, the rivalry and how vicious and violent it was. It's not even the same game. So it's like kind of annoying, you know what I mean? To see all that stuff. And I'm like, that's a flag. That's an ejection. That's half next week. It's just bleh.
Knock on wood. Man, I shouldn't even do this, but we haven't really seen an ejection from targeting at the University of Miami.
Well done.
That's fucking great, Ro.
Yeah.
Great. Why not?
He also said we haven't seen, he cursed Tyler before the Georgia Tech game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Well, the curse of the closet poo, we try to lift it.
We tried.
I think we just accentuated, went in the closet and dookied it up even more.
May have pissed her off.
I don't know. BTB, man. So everyone knows how we feel about this. What are your thoughts watching this and just
Listen, remember before the season, I said, hey, if we just start 5-0, 4-0, and we get through the gauntlet, then things are looking up. And then, whether anybody wants to admit it or not, like the season turned when Cristobal didn't take the knee against Georgia Tech, right? That was the turning point, right? That was the first loss. And that was I don't know what happened with the team then, but, the play calling is completely different than Texas A&M game now. We don't take any chances. There's no creativity. There's nothing. There's no guys in motion out of the backfield. There's nothing now. It looks like the dude from last year is coaching offense again. And now, he's at Maryland, and now they're scoring more points than us, more creative offense than us the last few weeks. It's ridiculous. And then, TVD, I think, is a great quarterback, but he's not playing well right now. I think it looks like he's got like a shoulder injury or something. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I mean, people talk shit to me on Twitter about him because me and Rusty played golf. I'm taking a shit, right?
Oh, we're taking plenty of shit, but we do appreciate you taking some as well.
Yeah, we're taking tons. Yeah.
They're like, he only passes to Verstreppel. Verstreppel is rated like one of the top 10 receivers in the country. Like, who do you want him to pass to? I just saw Hurricanes fans, they're never happy, right? And and whenever one of these fans always says like, listen, like TVD shouldn't be the starter right now, I go on their Twitter and I search their tweets for Jake Garcia, and I see last year they're like, it's time to sit Tyler. Jake Garcia is the future of the program. And then I say, oh, Jake Garcia, the third string quarterback at Missouri, right? Like, and the people are saying it's the Hurricanes fans, they're never happy, and their favorite player is the backup quarterback. And I don't know what happened to the offense. I just think there's no creativity, and something changed after the Texas A&M game. We don't take any chances. We don't throw. Like, how does Jacoby George have like one touch like last week, right? A kickoff read. This is unacceptable, right? I mean, I don't.
But how do you go from finish them right fucking now to where we are now? Like, what the hell happened to change that mentality?
It's called an umbrella zone.
You know what I think?
Drop 8.
I think that Cristobal, like, I feel like he didn't like all the credit that Dawson was getting on offense, and he didn't like the spotlight taken off him. And maybe he told him to tone down the offense a little bit, play a little. I don't know. That's what I feel like.
Stop it.
That can't be.
he did the same thing with Justin Herbert. Like he did the same.
I think it was a convergence, and I think you're right, BTB. It started with the kneel down, so then it became this automatic deflate gate within the locker room, and then what happens is you get in conference, and I think, and I always have said this, the conference is very good. They got very good coaching in this conference, and they kind of get you a blueprint. It gets harder. Look, the stats are the stats. Miami, Florida, 22.8 in conference. That's all they're scoring against conference opponents. They put something on film. It's really negating what you try to do. And then your quarterback gets the mental version of the yips. He's just staring at ghosts. There's 22 people on defense. So I just think it's just this convergence that just happened to University of Miami. And it's nothing new to us, right? It's just like you have such a great defense. And the one comment from last week was Toast saying, this defense deserves to play in the ACC championship game, and it's not going to have the opportunity.
Yeah.
Welcome to a Miami fan. We finally get a really, really good defense that could have won the ACC championship game. The DC is calling out of his calling games out of his mind, but our quarterback doesn't have confidence. Our OC can't figure out conference DC opponents, and it's like, here we are. I just think it's multiple things that just happen to shake hands all at once, and they're just giving us the proverbial middle finger.
And now we got to deal with the war chant this weekend. I mean, it's like just one on top of the other.
Oh,
like,
that's always so annoying. It's the one song they know.
So are all three of you? Am I reading into the tea leaves here right? That all three of you are all about TVD starting this game Saturday 3:30.
What's the you're gonna start? You're gonna start a freshman.
Absolutely. I honestly don't see what the downside is. I don't see how it could be any worse. Like
his confidence gets destroyed, and then it affects him for the rest of the game.
I mean, so you put the guy in there whose confidence is already destroyed.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like, dude, I'm afraid if you put TVD in there in the first half, it's 3 interceptions and we're down 28-0, right? Like, and I mean, like, bro, he's showing
that's being a bit negative.
Well, here's my issue, man. Like, and we can say what we want. And listen, I was clear in the recap show. Probably fond of the kid as a person and everything, but the quarterback play has just not been good enough. It just hasn't been. And then when you look at this, the way the mannerisms, the clip going around where he was on the ground, the offensive lineman don't offer him a hand up late in that game. After the second or third interception, Mario's talking to him on the sideline, and TVD has zero reaction, and then kind of does a force like clap his hands, like, oh, I got to show some sort of like, damn. Like, I'm like, bro, like, it's not playing. Like, it's not playing. I don't know if he's hurt. I don't know if it's between the ears. I don't know what it is, but I don't see any reason why you would throw him out there in Tallahassee. Emory's already got starts under his he's already got some game play under his belt this year. He already has a start, had a win against Clemson, performed well, got better as the game went on against the #1 defense in the A's. I mean, can it be any worse?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like,
I turned him like that.
What I don't,
that's pretty weak. That's pretty weak. You come in here with that. He talks for 3 seconds, and now you're on the other side.
His body language is really bad on the sidelines, and but still, the offensive line. People are like arguing with me, like the offensive line is just destroying people. They're not running. We're not. Against what was it against? Not against Clemson, but the overtime win we had against, what was it, Virginia?
Mm-hmm.
The offensive line did nothing in regulation, right? They got shut down with one of the worst rush defenses in the ACC. And then I hate how against NC State, it's 4th and 1, right? We're on like the 3-yard line. We're lined up in a shotgun draw. And I'm saying, like, here we go. We're going to shotgun draw play, right? This is the worst play you can possibly run on 4th and 1. And we run it right into the center of the defensive line. Our guys get blown up on the offensive line. Like, I keep hearing this offensive line's improved. They just got destroyed on the play of the game right there where we could have taken the lead. And I know it's probably time to make a quarterback change because this morning I'm driving home from the gym. My mom's in my car. I was listening to 560 QAM, and they were talking about it. And, Joe Rose was like, is it time for a quarterback change? I just looked at my mom, and she's like this to herself. She's like, yes, it is. I'm like, if she knows, I mean, she's like, it looks like he's lost his mojo. That's what she told me. So
yeah, he has.
And I feel he's a nice guy. He has Heisman talent. That's the thing. So I think it's almost like he's either injured or he has the yips, right? So it could. I mean, it's either one, really.
I'm with Toast. At this point, I think if he goes out there, it's the shortest leash imaginable. I mean, it's one turnover and you got to pull him. So you're almost expecting at this point another quarterback to come in, and might as well. You have all 4 games. You have Jakari available. Don't start. I mean, you preserve his red shirt. There's only 3 games in a bowl game. He could play in every one of these games. He's going to be a tenable option too. I just have no faith if it's either of those 2 quarterbacks though. It's a really bad conundrum for me because Tyler's confidence appears to be shot. If you start him out there, you have what you've potentially could have in the offense all year long, or you go ahead and you put Emory and we're going to see Screen City, reliance on the run game, and it's just going to go back to Clemson where it was like one of the worst game plans I've ever seen in my career. It was just screens. It was a spring game offense. It was like high school, right? And I know this, and this is, oh, he's a freshman. What do you want? He's a freshman in college. This is a professional college-like organization. I call it professional, but we got to come up with something better with that. And BTB keeps alluding. It's not creative. I'm just like, all right, if it wasn't a screen, it was bust. You had him just throw a couple vertical routes. I mean, like I've seen better offenses out of high school. So if you're going up to Tallahassee, you're going to start Emory, and you think that's the offense that's going to beat Florida State, you're out of your mind. You're on crack. You're pookie. Like, that's that. So that's, to me, that's the bad scenarios playing out. You're either going to try to do your regular offense with a quarterback with no confidence, or you're going to start a guy and then your OC is just not going to get in his bag because that's not in his repertoire.
Okay, but let me ask you a question. Let me give you a hypothetical. And Ro, I need you to look something up for me if you could.
Okay.
Because you're the king of doing so. I need to know what Florida State's rush defense ranks, please.
Okay.
So because I know it's not very
got
good.
I got it right now. It's 7th in conference. They give up 140.22 a game.
Okay.
This is meaningless though, because Virginia's rush defense was last in the ACC and they shut us down. So I think it does. It's like we don't.
I get it.
We're not throwing the ball downfield, so teams just stack the line of scrimmage because we're not going to throw it. So if they do that in Tallahassee, they're dead.
I get it, but I've also seen Clemson and Duke run up and down the field on FSU. And I do believe that is our strength. Currently, that's our strength, right?
Mm-hmm.
The passing game is not the strength right now. So can we, let me give you a hypothetical. I know you said you don't want to see it, but let me ask you, if they decide that Emory's their guy, and I am going to petition heavily, I need to see Jakari this weekend.
Yeah.
Because at this point, like you said, his shirt is secured. I need to see some Jakari packages because the reality is he is probably, and has been for the last 2 years, the best athlete on the team. I saw some highlights of him from last year that somebody had put out, and I'm like, son of a bitch, he really is that talented, right? He really is that athletic. I need something from him. Going back to Emory, if they put in that game plan of try to slow this thing down, try to ground and pound, and maybe take a couple shots, just like they did with Clemson. Clemson's defense is a lot better than FSU. That's the truth. FSU's been scored on by multiple teams.
And Clemson should have beat FSU, if we're being honest, right? They choked.
True, too.
Boston College should have won that game.
True, too. So if that's the option, you okay with it? If that gives you the best chance to win, I don't know if it does or not, but I wouldn't mind a low scoring. Let's keep this clock moving. Let's see if we can churn and burn. And maybe that's a way that you have a chance. Because I don't know of really any other way you have a chance. Currently, that might be your only chance.
Well, if Jakari comes in, and I know he hasn't made an appearance this season. Okay, he played last year. You plan to use him, and it looks disjointed and it looks dysfunctional. My question is, what the hell have you been doing all year?
Well, you're assuming though.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, because at that point, it needs to, with him coming in, right?
It needs to be a well-oiled machine.
Exactly, because if it's not, it's a dereliction of duty, in my opinion. Because how do you say that he hasn't played all year? What has the kid been doing all year? Has he just had his thumb up his ass, just sitting there watching film, and you don't get any packages? Like, he hasn't gotten better? He's been practicing. You're assuming you have packages for him. You should have had packages for him. You mean some of the plays that Tyler runs where he doesn't keep the ball, Jakari can't automatically come in there and do that? You can't put some RPO packages with quarterback run elements. You can't even do like an option with the guy. Like, you're literally going to march. I am just so scared to see this game plan because I just think you're going to see conservative. I think you're going to see conservative. And you cannot beat. You have to try at a certain point, because when teams know you're going to be conservative, you play right into their hands. You play right into their hands. And at a certain point, the guy who said conservative gets you beat, and we documented this last week, the guy that said conservative gets you beat, Tyler's not checking the ball down enough. That's an oxymoron. The guy that says conservative gets you beat wants his quarterback to continuously check down, and you're going to go ahead and do a 4th and 1 run out of shotgun. It's not hitting on all the synapses for me. It's just not.
And this is a game where the Canes, I can see the Canes, against Texas A&M, if we're inside the 40 on the 40-yard line at Texas A&M, we're going for it on 4th and 3, right? I guarantee this is a game where like Mario's punting it on 4th and 3, right? He's not gonna be going for it on 4th, not taking any chances, right? And to beat FSU, you're gonna have to take those chances. So, I just hope it's not. I hope it's not the 4th quarter and we're at midfield and it's 4th and 7, down by say 10 points, and we're punting the ball away, right? You got to be going for that stuff. So we'll see. I mean, they've been so, there's like no creativity on the offense for the past. It's like watching two different, watching the Texas A&M game. I was watching like the 99 Rams greatest show on turf. And now I feel like we're watching, Wisconsin's offense with Ron Dane, right? Just hand off every play. I mean, I don't know what's going on. You're not getting our best players the ball. And I do think Jakari should come in. Hey, give Jakari some plays so he can get his, if he's not why would he stick around if he's going to be the backup again next year, right? Get him some plays for his transfer portal highlight tape, right? So,
true.
Like,
I will say this, though.
Ron
If
Dane
he
team may have
hears you
averaged
say
more points than
Jakari,
us.
you're getting in trouble.
I know.
I'm just saying.
We look like Rutgers offense out there, but
Awful. All right. So what
Keys
are
to the game?
Keys to the game, baby. Keys to the game. Who wants to go first?
Score more points than FSU.
There's his keys to the game.
All right. Who's going?
I could go first. The first thing I want to say is you have to be able to take away what FSU is going to want to do to you. What do I mean by that? Last year, they ran a counter play 52 times. You could not stop it, and they ran it 52 times. You cannot let FSU become one-dimensional in a way it's so rudimentary and basic and continuously beat you. So that's one. Don't let them do what they want to do to you. Number 2, defense. You got to play the game of your life. You have to force a couple turnovers, and you have to give the offense the shortest field. I would like to have it inside the 5, but then even then, all bets are off. But if you could get some turnovers this week, if it gives up a big play by default, you got to do what you can, because obviously the offense has been reeling, and we need you. And second, or third, alluded to it before, you can't be that conservative. I understand you got to be protective of the football. You got to be mindful. You got to rely on your run game. But you can't try to be that basic where the 3 and outs pile up and it's 42-3. You simply – a win – God, I hate saying this. A win is keeping it close versus Florida State. You could throw all you want. You take another 52-10 or 48-3 or whatever they beat us, 41-6 again.
Come on, man. Keep going. Keep going.
Figure it out. Can't do it.
Give me another shot.
Can't do it.
You can get it right.
No, just can't do it.
Okay.
Got to keep it close.
I think the key to the game is take Jordan Travis out, like old school, right? And just have that backup coming.
I mean, what do you expect? What do you expect from him?
And then I want to see maybe TVD come in for a play, throw a bad pass, and maybe hit Mike Norvell in the head. I mean, those are my 2 keys to the game right there. I mean, and then maybe hit Chief Osceola for the third key to the game.
Perfect. I love it.
But yeah, I mean, look, Jordan Travis is gonna. You know what they're gonna do? Jordan Travis is gonna run the ball. Yeah. They're gonna run their guys deep, and Travis is gonna take off. When he does that, I mean, if he wants to run, that's fine, but make him pay. Like, you destroy him. Like, don't let the guy just slide. I mean, they let these guys run without, like, in the old days, the to destroy the guy. It's worth getting maybe ejected for it. At least you're sending a message, right? So that's what I think. I mean, get back to the old school smash mouth. If you're gonna play that smash mouth offense where you just run it up the middle, play that smash mouth defense and make them feel some pain. And so we've seen Jordan Travis get injured this year, right? So listen, hit him hard, and if he keeps getting up, props to him. But just make him hard, make him think about it twice when he's running down, the middle about getting hit. At least, So,
all right, my keys: slow down the two Giants at wide receiver. I'm not exactly sure how, but give it your best shot. Control the line of scrimmage, and then very simply, play your best game of the season.
Good.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, just play your best
cake.
game of the season, hands down.
All right.
Ever.
Ever. I'm with Ro.
Yeah, A&M
I'm with Ro
times 2.
There you go. I'm with Ro on defense, because the reality is they're going to keep us in this game potentially, right?
Mhm.
They are the lifeline. I believe that we can slow down those receivers. I truly do. I think that our secondary is good enough. I think our corners are physical enough. I think that a lot of times these corners that have gone against Coleman and the big dude Wilson, they just haven't been physical enough with them. I've seen them when guys have been. They're not. I'm not saying that they're not great. And Coleman's he's legit, but we have a chance with that. So we have to be physical with them and really shut them down. Secondly, again on the defensive side of the ball, I think their biggest cog in this entire offense runs through Jaheim Bell. Jaheim Bell is quite possibly going to have a longer NFL career than anyone on that offense, in my opinion. He is a Swiss Army knife, utility guy, technically a tight end. Dude runs like a receiver in the slot. He can play running back. He's all over the place. The most important player on that offense is him. We need to be able to find him and shut him down. Thirdly, our offensive line, they have to dominate. This defensive front for Florida State has been underwhelming. They're worse than they were last year. Verse came back, not having a good season. Look, your boy Ruben Bain is beating his ass in all categories. Their defensive front is not as good as it was last year. We have to control the offensive line of scrimmage and slow the game down and get boring. It's the only way we got a chance.
All right.
I think FSU does Emory run the ball? Because I'm not really sure.
No,
run?
not really.
So that's why I think Jacurri, look at FSU. They've struggled against running quarterbacks this year. They struggled against Boston College because that kid could just take off, and they struggled against Duke because the quarterback is, when he was not injured in that game, he was taking off and running. So maybe we have, why not have packages for a couple quarterbacks in the game, right? Like, why not just make FSU prepare for everything? Have Jacurri come in and run the ball and stuff. Hopefully we see some creativity, because it's just I don't want to be saying, leaving and seeing FSU fans and saying, well, you know what? At least I don't live in Tallahassee, right? When he was
yeah.
So,
it's up for discussion, because even Mario this week, oh no, we're not going to commit to who's going to be the starting quarterback. So yeah, they're going to have to prepare for multiple things, because even your coach just said it.
All right, BTB, listen, man, thank you very much for hanging out. And we're going to do our live spots where we normally would give a couple of picks out from you. Yeah, you want to give your picks out right now for us? Yeah, what you got for us?
Well, tonight we had Toledo over 31.5 points. That hit in the second quarter, so we're looking good there. But I got Louisiana Tech minus 7.5. Sam Houston State is my third worst team in the country right there, so it's a fade on them. Got LSU minus 13.5. Gators are 5-4. They're gonna lose the last 3 games of the season, miss a bowl game. And LSU coming off that Bama loss, I think LSU is gonna be very angry. Playing, at night in Death Valley, I think Gators are in trouble. And Ohio State minus 31 against Michigan State, who Michigan State's pretty much quit on the season. Their offense is non-existent. kind of remind me of the Hurricanes from Michigan, to be honest. But I think Ohio State just blows their doors off -31. So that's Louisiana Tech -7.5, LSU -13.5, and Ohio State -31.
And obviously, now that you've got an entire state of Florida that can legally bet, what is the best way for folks to take advantage of your packages and everything?
You can download the Hard Rock Bet app and deposit there and do whatever you need to do. But you can bet wherever you want. So,
but how do I get your
I don't
packages?
BeatinTheBookie.com. He doesn't know how to do this
That's
stuff.
what I want. Yeah,
It's BeatinTheBookie.com. It's at Beatin The Bookie. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
Yeah.
Get your free plays. Get your packages. Your packages are packages.
and you can do season and monthly, right?
yeah, season, monthly, by
Nice.
sport, all the
Okay.
sports. Whatever floats your boat. I like to prepare a lot of different options. Right, make people prepare. Unlike Cristobal.
Very nice. Thank you, bro, very much for joining us. It's been a crazy, hectic week, obviously, for you, but we appreciate it. And hopefully we can at least show up on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, that I have no expectations going into the game, so that's the best way to do it. So you don't get let down. But
I got you.
make it. I want to see Jordan Travis get hit, so make it happen. All right.
Very good. All right, BTB, everybody. Thank you, bro. Have a great rest of
right.
your week.
All right. See ya.
Peace. We have an OBB AI.
We do.
Oh, boy.
Oh, we sure do.
Oh,
We sure do.
oh, geez.
Well, all right. So to take you, kind of explain to you how the AI works. Every couple of weeks, I feed it new stuff from the show. I take stuff and just that way it learns how you guys speak. It learns your mannerisms, where you pause, how you inflect. Well, I uploaded the recap show.
You didn't put in the rant, did you?
And the AI says, well, there's 4 voices in the show. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And it goes, we've identified a new voice that we haven't had prior. So I listened to the sampling, and the AI has created a new character on the show. So we're going to do this week's AI OBB, the welcome and reign of Angry Toast.
Oh, Jesus. Welcome to the AI Orange Bowl, boys. Week 11.
Oh, shit. So I guess we aren't done being angry.
Of course not.
What's the deal with AI Toast? He seems especially angry, like way more so than usual.
Janice uploaded last week's rant into the AI engine, and now regular Toast is dead. Welcome to the reign of Angry Toast.
Oh, so what exactly is Angry Toast angry about?
To me, Mario is the kind of guy that likes taking calls on speakerphone. What are you doing, bro? Everyone doesn't need to know your business. Knock it off. Talk on the phone like a normal human being.
I'm with you, Angry Toast. Can't stand people who do that.
Dawson is one of those guys that stands up in his seat the minute the plane lands. Where are you going, dude? Sit down. We can't all get off the plane at the exact same time. Another example of terrible coaching.
You're right. He does seem like that kind of guy.
The only bright spot has been Gidry, and he's so aggressive that he's probably the guy tailgating you in bumper-to-bumper traffic. We get it. You have somewhere you need to be. We all do. Calm down.
Okay, we need to end this segment before Angry Toast has a heart attack like Urban Meyer.
Sorry, I'm just sick of it. Go Canes. Hey, you. Let's go. Let's go. Binge. Yeah. All that shit.
Wow. I don't know what happened to him at the end. He went off the rails at the end.
You're like, wow. You're like Max Headroom.
He malfunctioned.
Wow.
So I asked it to read an alternate. I was trying to I said, go ahead and do everybody's little out cue as Angry Toast. And that's what it spit out. So I said, well, can you do it again? Because it didn't sound right. Do it again. And it gave me this one.
Go Canes. Hey, yo. Ooh. Let's go bange all that shit.
What? It almost can't process what we're asking it to do. So it's just making noise now.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
What is this?
What in the world is this?
Ooh.
Wow. It didn't know how to process your rant, so it made a whole new character.
Oh my god.
Apparently so. Yeah.
Wow. Oh man.
Ooh,
Now,
all right.
does he take over for regular Toast?
I guess we can incorporate him as a character and I could just tell it to incorporate him in conversation. When
we couldn't get a word in with this guy.
No,
I might. Oh my goodness!
we killed Roman. He's dead.
You okay?
He's sick.
You need to
He's
give
Oh!
There it is.
Cough something up.
I was just trying to say that I listened to that rant more times than I want to admit. Yeah. But it sounded a lot like him when he was ranting. He definitely picked up a lot of those inflections.
There was watching, because I watched it because it was more funny to watch that. And my reaction, obviously, on this, I thought he was going. I'm not going to say this. I thought the Jenners might become more permanent of a character on this show, as far as input. I mean, I thought he was on the edge of being out.
Listen, man, I spoke my mind. It's a strategic thing. So here, listen. So I don't want to be negative about it. So I figured, how can I help the situation? Obviously, I was very clear that I feel that he is absolutely lacking in strategic gamesmanship and coaching acumen when it comes to the last end of the half and end of the game. So how can I help him with that? So I actually reached out and I was able to find a end of game and a football strategy expert.
Okay.
And we're going to bring them on, and they're going to remain nameless for certain reasons that are between me and him. My first question to you, though, is why did teams take a knee at the end of games when leading?
The kneel down is often called a victory formation, as it is run by a winning team late in the game to preserve a victory. In the case of a close game, the winning team would be trying to avoid a turnover, which might be a result of a more complex play, like a needless halfback dive.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Hold on a second. Where did you find this analyst?
I just reached out and found an analyst, an expert on end of game coaching.
Okay. I mean, he seems to know what he's talking about.
Let's ask him the next question.
Okay.
What is the strategy? We were talking about this last week, Scoot. What is the strategy behind extending a game?
This is when a coach whose team is trailing will kick a field goal late in the game to make it a one-score game. Instead of going for a touchdown, if his team fails at the touchdown, it is a two-score game, and the winning team gets the ball back with limited time remaining. It basically guarantees a loss.
So there you go. So that's something to pack away. And the last one, what happens to coaches who do not follow basic strategy?
Head coaches who do not follow the strategies that result in a highest probability of winning generally become TV talking heads.
Oh, well, yeah. There you go. And lastly, just because folks are going to ask, how are you such an expert on strategy in football?
When my parents think I'm asleep, I'm playing Madden.
I like this analyst.
Yeah, he's not bad.
Hey, bring him on next week.
I believe.
I guess it depends on what happens.
Bring him on. Yeah, exactly. As long as he's doing his homework and eating his vegetables, I think we can probably get him on again.
I love that analyst. Just saying.
That was very well done.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I mean,
all right. So you guys want to do picks and shit?
Yeah. Fixing shit.
Okay. Oh, yeah, listen, we got to say congratulations, Mark Fletcher, ACC Freshman of the Week.
Let's go.
Hell yes. Very, very nice.
Well
deserved. All right.
Let's go.
So, Jenners, how are the picks looking so far? How we do last week?
Let's go.
There you go. Let's go.
Last week, Toast went 4-2.
Oh,
Scoop 3-3. Roe went 1-5.
What's the overalls? Getting closer.
Overalls. You're creeping in on 50%, man. 29-31. Scoop's 31-27, and Roman's 25-35.
All right. Let's go. First game. Really the game of the week. It's a nooner. Fox, number 3 Michigan, stealing signs in Happy Valley against number 10 Penn State. Michigan given 4.5.
Michigan.
Michigan.
Like taking Penn State. Going opposite you.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Why?
What are you doing?
What am I doing?
What are you doing?
Ooh.
I have to try to gain on you. So I got to go with the pedophiles.
I'm not sure that is more important than like, what are you doing?
All right, fine. So I can never take them, even if I'm going to like catch.
Well, you're not allowed. You're the one who pounds the.
It's when it's convenient. When it's convenient.
It says you can't ever pick them
when it's convenient. When it lends to my argument at the time, and I need to gain on you, so I got to take the pedophiles, the sons of Jerry Sandusky.
Okay, all right.
Number 18, Utah.
It's disgraceful. It's disgraceful to the show.
Taking on number 5, Washington.
I think that's disrespectful to football.
That's disrespectful to football. It's disrespectful to the Orange Bowl boys. I didn't hear a word you said. What'd you say?
Utah going in to take on Washington. 3:30 on Fox. Washington's giving 9.5.
Yeah. Woof, woof. At Washington?
At Washington. In Seattle. Yep.
Woof, woof.
Yeah, I'm taking the Huskies as well.
Oh.
Number 13, Tennessee. At number 14, Missouri, where maybe third-string quarterback Jake Garcia will get into the game. That's 3:30 on CBS. Tennessee is giving a point. So a home dog is Mizzou.
That's the biggest game they've had in that stadium.
In a bit.
Ever?
They're playing good.
Ever?
I don't know if it's ever.
I want to go take the Tigers, but not the ones from Louisiana, the ones from Missouri.
I'm guessing the last time they had a game this big, their scoop, they were in the Big 12.
Man. I remember that a couple of years ago, Florida was there. That was a pretty close game. But they're good. Mizzou's good. Yeah, I'm going Tigers as well.
I'm taking Volunteers.
And just as a reminder, too, they're having a good year, Missouri, and their defensive coordinator is still Blake Baker. So
yes, it is. That is true. I saw that. Yep. All right, night game on ACC Network. Duke going to take on number 24 North Carolina. This would be a huge basketball game. Tar Heels are giving 14.5.
Without Riley.
Yeah. No Riley Leonard.
That's too.
I believe it's the last home game for Drake May.
Okay, it's gotta be May, but it doesn't have to be May on this one. Duke in the points.
Blue Devils,
North Carolina. All right, late game. USC going into Oregon. 10:30 on Fox. Oregon giving 15.
Whoa.
Yeah, big number. I mean, that USC defense is awful.
Yes. Well, they're going to have a new coordinator this week.
Yes, they do. Yes. Listen, if you give them so many points that your quarterback has to go into the stands and start crying with mom, I mean, it's going to get you
can we off-ramp that real quick?
Like, what was that?
What are we doing?
I'm all about showing emotions. I am.
On.
Like, if it was a championship game, a conference championship game, the national championship game, I'm fine with that emotions. But it was a regular season loss. Like,
You've
what are
already
you
lost.
doing? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
My goodness. Like, I have to share. Phenomenal season. Very proud of her. We lost the state championship game last night. My daughter didn't shed a tear. Like, I asked her, I was like, "You okay, sweetheart?" I was close, loss of 5 sets. It was heartbreaking. She's like, "Nah, Dad, I'm just very appreciative of the experience. I'm in 8th grade." I was like, okay. Talked about the game on a 3-hour ride for 10 minutes. And after that, we did Ask Reddits all night long. It was amazing. Meanwhile, Kayla Williams is
you did
crying
5
during
questions with your daughter.
Oh, I was a lot more than 5. But I had to control it, so I was the one. I didn't want her to find questions. I was like, "Oh, we're not touching this one."
5 questions.
Yeah, 5 questions. Question 1.
Oh, so did everyone make a pick on this game?
No, it's question 1.
Oh. I'm taking Oregon.
Me too.
Quackity quack quack.
All right, last game.
Go Ducks.
Miami goes into Trailer Hassie. 3:30 ABC. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The nation is gifted with this one. FSU is getting 14. Gonna need a prediction and a final score, please.
FSU 37, Miami Hurricanes 10.
Scoop.
I don't know yet. Go ahead.
I have 35-13. Not us.
Okay.
So I had them covering. Like, I just don't see how we're going to score. Like, and as good as our defense is, like, my worry is the defense is balling out, right? And they're still behind like 13-3 in the third quarter. And then, someone breaks a play, it goes, all of a sudden it's 20, and they just, they throw in the towel because they know their offense isn't helping them out. And I wouldn't blame them.
All right. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game.
I hope so. It's our only shot.
I think it's going to be lower. I do. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be 21-17. Canes.
Oh, fucking stop, bro.
I actually think they're not as good. I'm going to go back to this. I'm going to say they're not as good as people think they are. I may be crazy. I think Miami has a legitimate chance.
Who will be the player of the game?
Mark Fletcher.
I was going to say Mark Fletcher.
All right. Who will be the starter?
It's the only way it gets done. Who's going to start?
Who starts in a win?
No fucking idea.
I think that's the name of the episode. No fucking idea.
I mean, not a clue.
I also wrote down you're on Pookie.
Oh, yeah, dude. You're totally. I love that Pookie line. Was great. Oh, man. All right.
Maybe it's 20. I think I meant to say 20-17 because I don't think we score 3 touchdowns. I think we have a couple field goals.
Yeah.
2017. Yeah. 2017.
Yeah. Do you guys see us winning any of these final 3 games?
I see us winning Saturday.
He just said it. Potentially Boston College. Depends.
Yeah.
Depends. Gotta see what happens.
I still think we lose.
I'm worried we're going to finish 6-6.
It's possible.
And it would be one of those, you start off and you end with a friggin' 4-game losing streak and then going into a bowl game. Like, fuck. I
heard the music and I heard the intro, so my mind has been going.
All right, what you got?
What is the male equivalent of the cat lady?
Ooh.
Oh, God, I forgot to send you guys this picture. Hold on a second.
The male equivalent of the cat lady.
Hold on a second.
Is it like reptile guy?
Yes. That is
who has like
reptile guy,
snakes
snake guy?
and amphibians.
Yes.
Yeah.
And spiders and frogs.
Yeah.
That is definitely the equivalency of the cat lady.
Gross.
Okay.
Hold on a second.
He buys pounds of crickets to feed all
Oh, my God.
Oh,
and he does it in a wife beater shirt and boxers.
Oh, yeah.
That was the
open container.
Oh, he lives off Stouffer's Hungry Man's, whatever.
That was the funniest.
I'm sorry. He lives off Factor.
That was the funniest
Good
prank
pull.
I ever pulled off at the fire station. This one guy came into my office and he took my bed apart and inside out of it, and my desk was in the room. So I was like, okay. Well, he was deathly afraid of insects. So I went to the local pet store and I bought 4 bags of feeder crickets and I released them in his car.
Oh my God.
No.
Yes.
That's great.
Oh,
it was amazing. It was amazing.
Great.
He said he found he would randomly put on the air conditioner 2 weeks later and one would just fly out.
Cricket comes flying.
nice.
Oh,
He said for
great.
whatever reason, he had an air freshener, a plug-in freshener, and he would find 10 out of 10 in them. He goes, I have no idea why they were so attracted to air fresheners. But yeah,
That's awesome.
So you got to check out the picture. I sent you a photo. This was behind me the other day in line. You got to zoom in at the little scooter thing.
Oh my! Oh wow!
Wow. And I thought to myself, now if she was at where did I go? If she was at the store, that's what it would look like, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's my question for you. The big green bag is the cat litter. And it says that bag will last 38 days for one cat, 19 days for two cats, and 12 days if there's 3 cats or more.
So she'll be back there in 3 days.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
Less than a week.
That's just getting her through the weekend.
She needs a bigger bag.
That's a lot of Sheba.
Now,
Was that
you've
chicken
had
fingers?
cats, right?
Yeah,
Toast,
I have
you've
a
had
cat.
cats. You still, oh, that's
He
right.
still
You still
has
have Frank.
Yeah, I
I know,
got
he still
Frank
has
the cat. I'm going to have him for a good another 15
for the
years.
life of me, I can't understand how anyone can even handle the smell of this cat litter in their house.
Ours is cleaned every day, so it doesn't smell like anything.
Yeah.
Like
As long
it
as you
doesn't.
scoop
Yeah.
them, you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, if you don't clean it,
Well, it's if you don't care for it, yeah.
yeah,
If you take care of it, it's fine.
it
You have
only starts
cats?
smelling after a few
Yeah.
days.
You have cats?
He's
Yeah.
got 2.
Yeah.
You have 2 cats?
Mm-hmm.
No dogs?
Yeah, you're the only one who doesn't have a cat because I have a cat.
Yeah.
Toast got a cat. Jenner's got cats. And my daughter's trying to corner me to get her another kitten. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm holding
Too
firm.
many.
I'm holding firm so far.
Yeah, Jen wants to get Frank a kitten to play with.
Oh, my God.
Fuck me.
Kittens are
It's
fun.
gonna
though.
happen. It's gonna happen at some
They're
point.
fun.
Yeah. So you're going to have, yeah, okay.
Well, and Stella's
Okay.
just gonna friggin' just kill all of us as a result.
But see, I have an issue though, because my cat, the one, she hates every single animal. I mean, she viciously hates other creatures. She's never ever. She fights everything. She fights my dogs. I'm like,
Well, you're gonna have
get this
fun with
kid in the
that.
house.
Then.
Yeah, and that's what I said. You can't.
Yeah,
No,
you're
but
gonna
some
have fun.
cats are nice. Some cats
Yeah.
are friendly. I mean, they're all finicky, but whatever. Sure. But like I'm talking about like a devil. She gets possessed. She'll try to like attack you and vicious. And I'm like, she's gonna kill this kid. No. Bad idea.
All right. So what
Can
are we
we call
going
it-
with for a name?
I was either going to say you're on Pookie or I just wrote down that's a lot of Sheba. I think that's a winner.
I think you got to go Sheba.
I think that is.
Do we get
yeah.
question 2? Did we get question 2?
No, we only made it
That's
to
a lot of
question 1.
Sheba.
That's a lot of Sheba.
What's question 2?
Are we going?
Why
I
not?
just-
It's only been an hour. Let's go.
Oh my God. Quick.
It's been an hour
Make
and
it
10.
fast.
But yeah,
Yeah,
just
all
keep
right,
going.
go.
All right, let's
It's
go.
fine.
Fast.
Real
It's
quick.
9:30.
Fast. What album do you think is impossible to hate?
Oh, Dark Side of the Moon.
I'm sure. I think people can hate that.
People
How
can
the
hate
fuck
that
can
all
you
day.
hate that album?
I don't know. If you're past any generation that's not X,
Okay, possible. Oh, well, yeah, no, sure, yeah, but but they all got taste in their ass.
I know they do. We have officially become that when we're like, oh, your guys' music sucks. Get off my lawn.
Possible to
I don't
hate.
think Tough Gone, Bob Marley. I don't think you can hate that album. 20 years, 30 years from now, you still can't have that album's classic. Bob Marley.
See who Scoop's gonna throw out here.
I would think it's a weird one, and I don't know the name of the album, but No Doubt's popular album.
You knew he was going to go obscure, right? Gwen Stefani bombed
I
us.
thought he'd at least know the name of the album. Right?
I don't know the
Just,
name of it.
I thought he'd at least know that.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
you can't hate it if you don't
Yeah,
know it.
no, sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't think. I don't know.
think
I don't know the
that's
name,
his
name
line.
of the album.
All
But
right.
that honestly, I find it if you put
Tragic
that
Kingdom?
on, that I would,
Tragic Kingdom.
Tragic Kingdom.
that you would
was
think that album is no good. Like that album is really damn good.
it. Question 3. What is the scariest horror movie?
Oh, it's the original Exorcist.
Yes.
Ruined
watch
me
them. I
as a
don't know.
child. Ruined me.
I'll tell you what movie. It's
I
going
think
to
they're
be my
fucking
answer too.
stupid, to be honest with you.
When I was little, my aunts, they played like, I don't like scary movies. I still to this day I don't watch them. Like my family, we're just not scary movie freaks. But they held me down to watch Puppet Master. That movie scarred me. A little puppet, it's just like going around like killing people, possessed little puppets. Puppet Master, scariest movie. Final answer.
Scoop.
I don't watch them. I don't know. I mean, it's horror. I don't watch horror. I don't know. I'm with Ro. Like I don't watch horror stuff.
All right.
So I don't know.
Question 4.
Okay. What seems like a small thing but it's still very annoying.
People that don't turn the fucking signals off after they've done something on the road.
I mean, you could stay on the road rage trip all day.
All fucking day.
I've told you, and I've said this before. If you
Yeah,
got your
Ro's
one
got a
car,
problem. Ro's got a problem with.
You got one car and there's 3 lanes, and you're the guy that pulls over all 3 lanes to get in front of me and slow me down. Like, why? Why? Like, you had 2 other lanes. Why did you come in front? You're not even making a left in the next turning lane. So terrible. So terrible. But I think what's a small thing? I think people who don't take responsibility. I guess that's a big thing.
Okay.
It's a small thing. That's kind of annoying.
People talking on their phone on the speaker.
I was going to say guys specifically that come into the men's room on the phone. Hang the phone up.
I happened to me today.
I'm going to make
guys
as
having
much
a conversation,
bathroom
taking a
noise
piss at the
as
urinal.
possible.
Or the dude,
no.
or the dude that pees next to you in a urinal, and he's the guy that drops trow to do it. Like, nobody wants to see your asshole.
Oh,
man.
that doesn't happen.
Yes, it does. Yes,
No.
it does.
95-year-old men in South Florida, maybe. But
Come on. When was the last time you saw that happening?
Probably like 2 months ago.
Oh,
what did he
Where at the home? Would you go to the home?
Like, I'm not at the home.
You're either 95 or you're
Right?
7.
You're visiting someone at Shady Pines?
Exactly. They literally take it down and they feel like, what are you doing? Oh, man. Nobody wants to see your wriggly ass.
Oh my God.
I do love. I think I've said this on here, and it's not annoying. It's funny to me, and it's little, but it's it just shows you truly how smart we are as humans. Is that when you're on speaker, but you're talking up here, right? They're talking
Out of the ear hole.
That's the fucking earpiece, and you're talking into it. That's not even the microphone. So anyone who's on speaker, I swear to it's 99% of the people are talking to it like this. I mean, legitimately stupid.
I don't understand how people are actually holding a phone and talking to it when they're in the car. Everyone's got Bluetooth at this point.
Oh, I do.
How you hold the phone?
I do.
What is it?
I'll either hold the phone or I'll have it on speaker, but I'll talk.
Why don't you have the Bluetooth connected?
I have this weird thing. I feel as though that I have to talk too loud if I'm on Bluetooth because I feel as though they can't quite hear me because it's not as clear. So I feel like I'm like talking too loud into the damn, and I'm like, it drives me nuts.
Have you ever tried the Bluetooth to see if that's actually the case or not?
Yeah. I just it's a mental thing.
Cause an accident.
I cause an accident.
I'm just saying, that's what the hands-free is for.
Oh, is it?
At this stage in 2023, everyone should be using hands-free.
Oh,
I mean,
whatever. Your Bluetooth sucks. You shouldn't use it.
I just don't go anywhere. I don't leave the house. That's how I solve that problem. All right, are we done? Is that or no? We need question 5.
Got another one.
Fucking Jesus!
Come on, baby! It's FSU week. We go all out.
Last question.
I got a question.
Oh boy,
dig at me.
Bonus.
If you die today, who can unlock your phone?
Oh, everybody in my house.
Yeah.
Oh, really? The whole house knows it?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Jen knows mine.
Yeah.
Whole house.
My wife and daughter.
Okay, everyone knows it. All right.
Yeah.
Nobody else.
All right. That was
anyone
a
else?
lousy question.
Like anyone outside? That was a shit question.
No one knows my password outside of Jen.
Okay, yeah. That's it. In the house. Toast, you had one. I mean, Ro, you had one. Bonus.
All right. Last one. What is the worst interview you've ever done?
Oh.
I mean, we've done some good ones. Some really, really good ones that come. I will say it's not the worst one we've ever done.
We're the interviewee or the
or you
interviewer?
could have been either way. I'm going to take it as the interviewer. I will tell you this.
I have one. I will tell you this. We have the same one. It's the same one.
No, it
yeah, it is.
Go ahead. Which one?
Go.
All right. Well, all right, because it's actually our best one. The best one we ever did is when we had Malik Rozier on, but it was actually the worst one for me too, because I was like, Malik's actually coming in, and the fan base, was particular, not very friendly to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember like when I felt uncomfortable at first. I was like, oh my goodness, what's going on? And obviously it was the best experience I've ever had on the show. So, but yeah, no, that was actually my worst one.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't mine. I was
Okay.
Scoot. Mine was the first 10 minutes of the Mirrorball interview.
Oh, yeah.
Until we
That
started
was
talking
tough.
about.
Until we started talking until we started speaking his language.
Yeah, that was very
That was
difficult.
really difficult.
Yeah.
I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
So I wasn't even thinking of interviews that we've done on this show, just thinking throughout my life.
Well,
Yeah,
you've done
no.
more.
You got more to pull.
You have the benefit of that. Yeah.
And I was thinking of the worst ones that have been interviewed, like when I've been interviewed, and it was a Deco Drive interview that I did live outside of one of our concerts, like Halloween roast or something, and I was not sober, and they aired it.
No.
Oh no, I didn't say anything bad, but I was like, oh, that wasn't good.
Bad look.
Yeah.
Jenners, you've had a few.
I've had tons. I did a year of bad radio on 99X here in Atlanta, so I mean, I can pull any of those. I mean, Jesus.
Oh no, there's one
honestly,
though. Oh,
my worst one of all the people in the world you'd think it wouldn't be was Jeff Garlin.
wow.
We had Jeff Garlin in studio in Atlanta on the morning show. I want to talk about Curb. He did not want to talk about Curb. So
what did he want to talk about?
Just, I don't know if he was promoting something. I think the Goldbergs.
Oh,
maybe.
the
I don't know. It
Goldbergs,
was
okay.
something that just come out.
But you don't want to talk
And
about Curb?
He did not. Every time I brought up Curb, he would just shoot me a look, change the topic. And I was like, bro, come on, like have some fun. And he's like, I'm not enjoying you. And he just started talking to the other people in the room. I was just like,
wow.
Okay,
all right.
I'll shut off. Sorry.
Nicest person I've ever interviewed, Carrie Ulves from Men in Tights. Ulwis or whatever the hell.
Oh, Carrie Elwes.
Elwes, yes, whatever the hell it is. Yes.
Yeah,
From Princess Bride.
Princess Bride, yes.
As
That's
you wish.
Wesley.
Oh,
What are you
Wesley.
talking? Is Wesley?
Wesley.
As you wish.
Dude, just the wonderful human being. Wonderful human being. Oh my God.
We are
The
men.
nicest man you will
wait.
ever interview
Well,
is
how-
Henry Winkler, by the way.
Oh, okay.
the
For the
Fonz.
record.
The
The
Fonz.
Fonz?
The nicest man on the planet.
Wait a second. How are you going to identify him as the Men in Tights guy and not the guy from Princess Bride, Wesley? Like, that's his role. It's Wesley.
I know. I think most of us probably know him from Men in Tights, right?
He played a bad guy in in a thriller, like a psychological thriller. He was like a bad guy. He did really, really well. He actually
He's a
does
good
have some
actor.
range. Yeah,
He is a
he
great
can do
actor.
comedy. We are men. We're men in tights. Tights.
Dave Chappelle.
Long live
Chappelle,
it.
yeah.
Early Dave Chappelle as well.
Yeah.
Did an interview with him at Dolphins training camp. He was so high.
Yeah.
It was like 7 in the morning. He had smoked on his way over. We're on the practice field at the old Davy complex, and like a little elevated thing with a little like tent over us.
That's right.
And and that was he was. It was great.
All right.
All right, kids.
All right.
That's enough of old radio stories.
That's
I think
all
we
we
should
got.
do. I think we should do an episode in the off season just about radio stories.
Mm.
I think that's a good weekly.
You
We
know
have
what?
so
3
many.
games left.
Yeah.
3 regular season
Yeah.
games and a bowl game. So
We need
Yeah.
stuff to do in the off season, Jenners.
That's just true.
That's when we get
New
creative.
segment, radio stories.
Let's do it.
I like it a lot.
All right, boys. So I hope you all enjoyed. That's a lot of Sheba.
It's a lot of Sheba.
As always, okay.
Bang. Ooh, let's goo bang all that shit.